Hello. What's up? How goes? We have a tournament. We have here a tournament. SFT. Played in Turin's tournament yesterday. Lost only to ogres, and only because we did not bring a different build. I kind of wanted to test the mobility max against ogres instead of just going standard. But I think as Demons of Chaos, in some matchups you just have to go Plague Bearer Blue. And today I kind of want to practice that style, you know? Go for a slightly different Demons of Chaos today, you know? It doesn't always have to be speed demons. This should do. Sion, what's up? But yeah, we're gonna try with a slower demon playstyle. Now against some factions, we will definitely speed it up. We will go for the mega speed demon strats. But that's only sometimes. Against like elves, primarily. But otherwise, we're taking it nice and slow. Are you winning? Oh, we just started. Feeling good though. No Slaanesh Cavalry. I got fiends. To Waffle, what's up? Yeah, this should be pretty good. I foresee no issue. Playing in Turin's tournament yesterday, by the way, we got Demons of Chaos to 48% win rate. I am 8 games away from the glorious 50% win rate. That's actually coming up reasonably soon. Which is silly. But if I can get them to number 1, that would be hilarious. Just for the memery alone. I want Turin to be like, why are they number 1? What's going on? Hey Tiggy, what's up? We got the chatters in chat. And then on Monday, we have a best of 9 versus Danican. How hype? Alright. At Goblins. Round 1 has begun. Away with you all. Sunshine. Yo. Alright. They go by a Broken Butterfly. We're up. Very exciting. Pontim's Claw got that buy round. We'll give them a give them their point, their free point. Why do people always message oh no when I face them? I'm Demons of Chaos. Come on, there's always a chance. I totally forgot a fiend. I haven't had a reserve unit for so long. It's been so long since I accidentally had a mega reserve unit, man. It feels bad. That's how we lost versus Empire the other day. Today we're locking in. First. All that. Hey Trizik, what's up? It's a Grand Cathay. Grandest Cathay. Band Putrefying Carcass. Let's play... I think Haunted Vale is the best. Let's play Vale. By the way, the new tournament formatting. You can thank Trizik for that. He's been helping me out. It's been so good. It's actually so nice not having to worry about setting up tournaments. The mental load off my shoulders. Just feels so nice. Hey Kendra, you're early. Hi. Okay, so we're playing Haunted Vale. He's playing Cathay. Now, Cathay generally, they got some really tanky infantry, right? Do Bloodletters win though? Do they actually win? Or are they gonna get shot to death? Yeah, Trisic. Oh boy, the puns. Let's see here. We know Zarevik with Tzeentch's Firestorm is great. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, the idea is I want to play slower playstyles. Also, I did not get the Mammoth the other day. I apologize. But yeah, we're going slow demon build today. We're taking it slow. Yo, Demons of Chaos though. I feel like they would benefit so hard from having more easily accessible terror. I think that is by far the weakest aspect of Demons of Chaos. They have such a supreme lack of terror. It's kind of sad. You basically just have your Lord. It's like Khorne, man. If the Bloodthirster was actually good, man, that'd be hype. Alright, but nice and simple build, right? Just don't die to their flyers. Are we gonna get Longmud? Longmud Rider spam could potentially actually be pretty spooky. Yeah, this should do though. This should do. This is a good build. Does a Beast of Nurgle cause terror? You wish. The giant abomination of flesh and disease. No, it doesn't cause terror. Manticore is way more terrifying. Manticore has a lion for a face. Brutal. If they gave Beasts of Nurgle terror, would it be good? I think if they gave Beasts of Nurgle terror, it would actually be really nice. Because it's very hard to kill. But it's actually a threat now because it's going to constantly terrorize stuff. It's the same price as a Manticore. I think you can give it terror. You can give it terror. But then I don't know. Are the Jade and Jet Lions going to cause terror? I feel like they should also cause terror, by the way. I feel like if the Manticore can cause terror, all of these other things should cause terror. All right. So... it's a simple build. It's gonna balloon max me. There's no way he balloon maxes me, right? That would be pretty insane if we ran into a rogue balloon max. Lots of blues, lots of pinks. We got our fiends. This is more traditional Demons of Chaos, but I think I gotta learn traditional Demons of Chaos because the speed build doesn't work versus everyone. Yeah, Beast of Nurgle I heard is really good in campaign, but yeah. Oh, quick adminning. I got an admin message right as. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Sorry for the late start. We got double Moonbird. Let's go. Double Moonbird meta, dude. I love seeing my own strats because I know how to defeat them. It's 8 units, 2 J Lancers. This is my build. This is literally my build. Except he has Enchanted Metallurgy, which I don't respect. Interesting. So, yeah, it's a whack load of Jade Lancers. Oh, it's Jade Lancers. It's not... I see. That's why he has fewer units. Interesting. Okay, so we know Fiends of Slaanesh will do really well here. We know they'll do great. He's gonna get the Vortex. How good is his Vortex in though? Whoop. How good are you at vortexing? Gonna put him to the test. Gonna get some fiends over here. Get some fiendish action going. Probably don't want to overextend versus much mobility. Oh wait, got a quick turn strats. Yeah, what are you planning? Is he gonna dodge? What's going on? You want to fight my lord? You're gonna get blue fired, son. You're gonna get blue fired. Bloodletters will do pretty good here. His lord's taking a little bit of heat. Was it worth in the end though? I don't know. Also, I forgot these are bloodletters, not plague bearers. I think they still do okay though, by the looks of it. Seems like they're still doing fine. You know what? I'll take it. His lord's taking a lot of damage. I don't think we have to be too worried here. Oh geez, he wants the AoE. Oh no, okay, he's not using the ability. Interesting. Ah, he wants to use some magic. It's fine by me. Totally fine by me. Little bit of wee magic. Never hurt anyone. Bloodletters are actually still doing relatively fine. If we just keep getting fiends in here, I think we'll probably be okay. But he has some cavalry. They're making the loop-de-loops. Free charge on them. They didn't clip the corner just right. Is that a final transmutation? It appears it is. Pretty painful. Especially for my fiends. But my lord's actually doing fairly okay for himself. Barely keeps his lord alive though. Dang. That's crazy, man. Now, he doesn't have any healing, yes. But that's definitely a little rough. Brace! Hey, pretty good brace versus the Jade Lancers. We'll take that. Okay, and then he has a few units of infantry here that I don't have to worry about. Overall, not too bad. Especially because he routed off his caster. That's very good. I'm a little blobbed up. I'm going to have to clear out. And my blues are not shooting properly. That's unfortunate, but overall, I think we are in an okay position. Playing Demons of Chaos like they're a normal faction instead of the speed demons that they were meant to be. It feels unfortunate, but what can you do? They should actually brutalize his cavalry pretty bad. Are they going to dodge it? Looks like they will. Yeah, okay. Kind of whiffed that one then. Yeah, routed off his castle though. That's nice. And we can kill off the Jade Lancers. Demons are fairly hardy as long as they're not crumbling. Value trading wise, looks like it's okay. One of your units has been destroyed. Could be maybe a bit better. Blues do nothing versus the Phoenixes, by the way. They're just not worth targeting because they have so much fire resist. So instead, we are chilling. Let's run away with the Seekers. We'll kill his Crowmen. Yeah, he has more Crowmen over there. Yeah, it's a pretty good route. I can probably steal this point too. Very nice. And then overall, I think we're okay. With this general so low, I should be able to win any melee fights that we might find ourselves in. And then we're good. All right. Some quick adminning. Some quick adminning. All right. What we got? I gotta kill this guy. I gotta kill him. We'll net him down to finish the job. He can't surround my lord because we have our ability. We have our sick ability. We killed one bird. And his lord is actually holding up. Takes one hit. Okay. What are we gonna get? Reign of Chaos. Give it to me. Big money. Another Arcane Surge. How useless. Honestly, this doesn't feel nearly as strong as the mobility maxing Demons of Chaos, but it's worth practicing. It's definitely worth practicing. Blues are really good versus Onyx Chroman, by the way, because it got magic attacks. Alright, can we kill the general, though? Can we actually kill the guy, or what? I will say, Zerivic's really good in this build because he shuts down all things elite. Elite infantry will die to Tzeentch's Firestorm in the net. Okay, here we go. His final strike on his lord. This one should get him dead. This one right here. Telling you right now. There we go. There's the route. That's what we needed. What is this? Jade Warrior crossbows? Come on, get in range. Get in range, I dare you. Come on. Can't my guy move? When blues aren't firing I think blues, you should never right click with them. I think right clicking with blues is a bad idea. You can dodge. You can dodge that. No dodge, let's go. I was gonna cancel my ability if he dodged it to save on the magic. It's another Jade Warrior crossbow. His lord's dead though. We should be fine. ROR Bloodthirster for the balloon. He wouldn't even do anything, man. They're so bad. Not my opponent, the Bloodthirsters. GG, well played. Alright, good warm-up game for the Demons of Chaos. Yeah, I feel like alright, success. Good stuff. That was mostly... I think if he used his Phoenix's abilities, he could have gotten a lot of work there. I really didn't have a lot of ways to deal with the Phoenixes. But I don't think I really saw them use the Vortex. The Vortex... He has 6 free Pit of Shades, man. He can cast Pit of Shades 6 times with these guys. But I guess he didn't have the opportunity, not enough micro, whatever the issue is. It definitely helped us out. It's a she, by the way? Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you. Oh, wait, no. Yes. That is who I just played, right? Sunshine? Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I feel like... yeah, the Moonbird ability is the most important thing. I think he totally could have won there. And then the Celestial General is a little bit too aggressive. But otherwise, it was fine. Cavalry Micro was good. I think my build could probably be a little refined. I'm a little terrified of that air game. Because you can Vortex away like all the Bloodletters and then I only have blues left. I guess in the end, Fiends are probably too hard to deal with though. Fiends are really strong. Yeah. Well played though. GG's. And now we wait. Who do we have today? Navigators playing today. I want to play versus Navigators Wood Elves. Do we have a Danican? Could have sworn. No Danican. We got attack speed in Joria though. I think the big names is me, attack speed, Navigator. It's probably the biggest names. We have a lot of regulars. Bilbo, Pontum's Claw, Zegsea, Opal Bear. Oh, actually, Opal Bear is kind of scary with the builds. Navigator is playing Chaos Dwarves. Attack speed is playing Dark Elves. Okay, so Dark Elves, the speed demon build crushes it. Unless he has a specific counter build, we should be fine. I should just play standard against them. Like I said, I gotta practice my standard play. A weirdly normal Ent build. Yeah, it's so normal, this build. But like, I genuinely have to practice it. If people start suspecting that I don't know how to play a normal Demons of Chaos game, they will just hard counter my speed build, and then life sucks. Feel like the blue scribes would really tie this together? Ah, yeah. You know, if they were actually the price of a normal caster, I don't know why CA is like, ha, it's a caster, but worse. Maybe about even. And we're gonna make them cost 1 million gold. They did the same thing with Croak. Because a Croak is a normal caster. He's a normal caster. Why does he have to cost so much? The blue scribes is just a normal caster. There's nothing that crazy about him. They're a caster on a mount who has a variety of spells, right? But no, you gotta make him cost 50 billion gold. All right. All right. Just some adminning and then we're good. The missile attack is clearly 1,500 gold worth of value. That's true. He does hit for 417 damage. Wait, how much does this guy hit for? Okay, so if you take this guy, I think CA, they overvalue spells so much. So they don't look at this. They don't look at this and they're like, ah, yes, this guy's 500 gold cheaper. Because he has armor piercing weapon strength. That's still not worth a 50% markup, but I bet what CA is doing, they're like, this guy has so many spells. He's actually 200 gold cheaper than this guy. Same thing with the changeling, right? They're like, the changeling, obviously you would want all the spells possible when you take a lord, right? Even if you're playing as Manfred. Where is he at? Yeah, if you want to play as Manfred, if you're not running Invocation of Nehek, Von Hell's Dance Macabre, Raise Dead, Gaze of Nagash, Curse of Years, Wind of Death, Aspect of the Dread Knight, Spirit Leash, Doom of Darkness, Soul Blight, Purple Sun, and Fate of Buna, what are you doing? Of course you want all of that. 3,000 gold on foot. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's up with them, man. How much is Croak? Did they price reduce Croak? I did remember asking them too, but yeah, he costs 1350. Ah, jeez. How much does this guy cost? 650. Okay, with spells though, right? So let's say you take Burning Head, Kindle Flame, Shield of the Old Ones, Banishment. Oh, this is Croak without his abilities. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Okay, so kid it out, right? They're like, Croak is 200 gold cheaper. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. They're crazy. Do you stream every day? Weekdays. We stream all weekdays. 1 p.m. EST. So we started 24 minutes ago. Yo, if Croak delivered pizzas that were undodgeable, he would still be bad. Except for the big one. Except for the biggest one that just deletes elite infantry. Okay, maybe not this one. Although it's 20 wins for 60 half AP. It doesn't even kill infantry anymore. Like, think about it, right? Like, Deliverance of Itza, even if it hits, is it really better than Burning Head? It does 60 damage, but costs 20. So you can cast 2 Burning Heads. That'll do 40 damage, and it also decreases leadership by 8. And it hits in a larger area. So, like, it's comparable, but then Croak costs all your money. He doesn't even have banishment, which is one of the great things about these guys. I can't believe it. Didn't Croak see play a while back, did he? He causes terror, right? Dang it, he causes fear. Anyways, Croak didn't see play long enough to actually... Like, I think he was more of a fad than anything else. I don't think he's actually good. Like, people pick him because they want them to be good. But, like... He is... You know, I think he used to be more expensive. I think they decreased his cost by, like, what? 200 gold or something? Is friendly fire something you have to consider with this? No, if you aim Burning Head right, you don't friendly fire. $8 p.m. in Finland. I'm here almost every day. Yeah. Noble Naldor. I see you. Lurking, collecting points. Oh my gosh. Just to get the squats. To be fair, the numbers on spells like that don't really represent their actual damage. Like, isn't Wall of Wind and Fire similar to Burning Head damage wise? But in reality, it's way worse. Wall of Wind and Fire is 12 damage. It is just worse. It's just worse. And it's slow AF. What is this? It's just worse. I guess it's cheaper, but yeah, nah. The CA in Warhammer 2, spells didn't represent how the damage tracks very well. They did update it so that the damage is actually what you would expect, more or less. But yeah, it's unfortunately it's a little garbage. All right. Up to 100 wins on Demons of Chaos, I see. Huge. If I lose no games as Demons of Chaos today, they'll be 2 games off a 50% win rate. Unless someone else is playing Demons of Chaos. There's the squats. All right. Gotta stop skipping leg day. Gotta get low. Gotta get real low. If you can see my hair on camera, I ain't low enough. I got nothing else to do while we wait, right? Oh, alright, let's see here. How's the bracket going? 4 more matches. Well. But yeah, I think we'll get Demons of Chaos there, though. They're definitely not nearly as strong as, like, Ogres or Slaanesh. But if I'm playing them exclusively, they should be able to. They should be able to do well. It's been a while. I got sick, so I didn't do squats for like a week and a half. Maybe 2 weeks, and now I'm dying. 4. Alright. Oh, geez, 5. Alright, we're good. Oh, my legs. Big squat streamer, yep. Soon I'll do weighted squats. As soon as those squats become nothing to me, weighted squats will be active. Time to get me back into shape. Swole City though. He's on the way. I gotta start doing bicep curls again. It's been a while. Yeah, everyone's here just for squats. All right. I can't wait for when I need a widescreen monitor just so I can see full intensity. Oh my god. Bro, that's hilarious. I'm sending that one to a friend. All right. All right. From Nurgle cultist to armored Kossar in 3 easy steps. What am I right now? Am I Skaven Slave? I feel like the posture is very Skaven Slave. Could I fight a Skaven Slave? Probably not, right? I feel like being a slave means you have to work a lot. Maybe they're malnourished, but they probably still got some muscles. Alright, it's been 30 minutes. Next round should be done soon. 2 more matches. Alright. Hey man, oh, I'm tired. Hey. Good news. So I'm still in communications with CA. I sent them the list of units that are banned all the time in tournaments. So that's the War Mammoth, War Shrine. Oh, actually, I should clarify. War Shrine is limited because you can stack it and it stays permanent. So you can get 40% physical resist, 15% missile resist, and it becomes indestructible. The Doom Bolt, bound Doom Bolt, or all Doom Bolts are restricted. They gotta nerf that. Arrows of Kurnos is still restricted. Oh yeah. I'd say with Ice Wolf Chariots, because you can stack them. And then of course the Thunder Tusk, which should probably be limited to 1. All of those gotta be fixed. Now they'll see it. The community manager is amazing. I'm so out of breath. Anyways, yeah, the community manager is great. But man, I'm so tired. I woke up too early today. The community manager is great. So he gets it down, he reports it, like all of that I know is happening. The only thing stopping CA is the willingness to care about multiplayer. So if we don't see it, it means that yes, they absolutely saw it, they looked at it, and they're like, nah man, we can't do that. So we'll see how that goes. You're not a Skaven slave, more like a Gorger. Hungry all the time. Can you take down a Goblin Laborer? A Goblin Laborer, no weapons, right? What are the stats at? Let me see. A Goblin Laborer. That's on the Chaos Dwarf roster. He has 11, 16 stats. If you compare that to the likes of a zombie has 5 and 6 stats, right? I think I would have a hard time fighting. Like, I think I could take a zombie, but maybe 2 zombies would be a bit sus. I would put myself on relatively, I would put myself slightly below Goblin Laborer. Warhammer zombies are pretty slow and lumbering, so I think I could take them on. But yeah, it's definitely a bit of a tussle. I know there's the common trend to overstate what you can actually fight. Like all the people that think they can take on a gorilla or like a bear or even a wolf. Wolves are pretty crazy, man. They're pretty crazy. How about a Bretonnian peasant? Okay, Bretonnian peasant. The thing is, he's still a farmer. Right? So yeah, I feel like a Bretonnian peasant. Like he's a malnourished guy that still works the field though, right? So like I think my stats would probably be like 7 melee defense. And like if I had a pitchfork, probably like 16 or like 12 melee attack, somewhere in that range. I don't think I'd make it. I think I would get wrecked by Bretonnian peasant. Have you ever tried to go fisticuffs with a farmer? There's no way. Okay, yeah, he's slightly malnourished, but like that doesn't change much, right? Still probably weighs more than me. I weigh very little. I need to pack on some pounds. I think I would get a scratch on him, but that's about it. Like here's the thing, right? I stream for a living. He works the fields for a living, all right? Well, I'm a dead man. I'm absolutely a dead man. If I had a Grailry League, I absolutely win. Grailry Leagues are insane, all right? That's plus, that gives me plus 5 melee attack. I think, yeah, that would be pretty good. Although it'd still be close, right? Because this guy, yeah, I would hit him more. I feel like my weapon strength would be low. Do I have a weapon? Or do I have a weapon at all? Yeah, medieval farmers do everything by hand, yeah. Yeah, no, I think I'm getting wrecked. Alright, advancing this way. Let's go. Round 2. Haha. We're up against Renette. Yo. I'm Demons of Chaos. Yeah, I thought Chargs was gonna play today. I did message him about the best of 9. He's busy next week, but maybe the week after. Monday, we best of 9 Danican, though. Very hype. He's Warriors of Chaos, alright. Demons of Chaos versus Warriors of Chaos. This is a matchup where the Speed Demon build does work. In my opinion. Let's take a look at the maps. On the sub. Ball Canarican. Thank you so much. Thank you, good sir. The support is very much appreciated. Keeps us live. But yeah, Warriors of Chaos ain't too bad. Yeah, one thing I noticed about the Fiends, by the way, they charge straight through infantry so quickly. Let's play Whirling. But yeah, they can get some. They're basically like chariots when you speed boost them. It's terrifying. Anyways, Warriors of Chaos should be fairly manageable. The average French or German was like 6 or 7 feet. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I feel like I get out-heighted, outweighed. You know, when it comes to fights, the person who weighs more is generally gonna... The person who weighs more will generally have a huge advantage in a fight. At least this is what I've heard. Because, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, unless I get, like, a clean punch to the chin or something. It's gonna be terrible. I'm gonna get wrecked. Not that it's always the case, but like, I don't think there's literally anything I can do against someone who weighs like 250 pounds. In like boxing matches, they literally don't even let you fight if you're like if you have too much of a weight difference. You wrote that wrong. You meant 5 feet 7 inches. I see. Nevertheless, they'll still be heavier than me. Tomb Kings when? Eventually. Eventually. How low are Tomb Kings? Am I gonna have to get them to #1 too? The goal? Just get Tomb Kings to #1, get Demons of Chaos to #1. It's ruining the stats though. It's absolutely ruining them. Oh, nice. All right, so I gotta update some of this. We loading in. All right. Very nice. Love this starting camera position. All right. Here we go. So, Warriors of Chaos. What can they do against such insane mobility? Probably not too much. It's 10 units. Good luck, have fun. 10 units ain't too bad. It is another horseman. It's this guy. We faced this build earlier, I think. Horseman we can kill. This guy, if we rampage him, it's over. Exalted hero on a discus. I put this guy on a motorcycle just to see how he feels. Kind of want to know. I kind of want to know if he feels good on a motorbike. Pavane is definitely something that they should be wary of. Spawn are a little spooky, but yeah, if I can just get some change bringers in here, I think we're fine. Looks like they got the danger sense. I can't kill him fast enough when he's so close to those guys over there. But the big thing is this little glob of horsemen. There's absolutely no way they survive. Absolutely no way. They fall for it every time. Let's go. Every single time. They think they're safe. You're never safe against this build, man. You never safe against this one. Insta-death. Pendulum? Not a problem. Kind of whiffed it too. At least I think they did. Clips a couple Furies. Not a problem. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. You actually just can't run away. Although, I guess one of them did. I guess one of them did. Regardless, that's still a massive pick for me. And then we get the change bringers. Because now there's no more skirmish cavalry to bully them. And then if I get another rampage here in a second, we're good. I will have to bog these guys down in Furies though. But otherwise we should be fine. Otherwise we'll be okay. There's the Furies. Got some AP Furies cooking up. I'll have that ability. The rampage so soon. I think that my motorbike guy is kind of stuck though. Can you move, son? Can you do literally anything? He's attacking? Okay, buddy. Why is he attacking, man? Just obey the move command for once. There we go. Oh my god. Is he stuck? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? What the crap is this? Well, what is this? Oh my god, that's so garbage. This game sometimes makes me want to puke. What are you doing? Just stop, man. Just stop. What is this? Oh god. This is so bad. You know, I would really like to have control of my lord for once. That's the worst. That's the absolute worst. I haven't seen jank that bad in a while. Okay, yeah, he finally killed the one horse that he had to kill. You know, there's no way around it. That he was looking at him wrong. Jeez Louise. Get in there, man. Oh. That was really bad. That was very bad. Alright. At least the caster's dead. Maybe I can melt the face off this lord over here. Seemed like he landed. At the very least, the shots will damage the horseman, right? Alright, then we bully this guy. So there goes his caster. Caster down. My lord is, you know what? You're on retirement duty. Guy clearly needs to retire. We'll leave him back there. We'll do some of this. They're doing great. We rampage the fool. God, I lost so much value to that. Just not having a lord. This is so bad. All right, there we go. And then with this guy rampaged, I can surround him and thoroughly annihilate his face. Success! Huzzah! This is non-optimal, by the way, but I'm upset with him. I'm upset with this guy. He does not deserve skulls. Lost my change bringers. It's okay. We're gonna get the Lord's Knight. It's all that matters to me. Couple marauders here, not an issue. Let's just get that Lord Schnibbedish Knight. There's the capture point. And horsemen, I see. Got a few horsemen here. Technically, value trading is actually quite even still, but the Lord being so close to death is very sus for my opponent. I can also charge the Chaos Knights. Could probably route off these marauders real easy like. There we go, and then we'll just rampage them again. We're going to get that charge bonus boost. That'll help out the Furies. And dang, he really wants to just commit to the fight. Okay. That's kind of crazy. Very suicidal of him. Can I get the kill though? Can I do anything? He lives! Holy crap, he lives! This is going terribly. This is going absolutely terribly. At least she's fast. She can play keep away. Here, I'll just kill off his super expensive cavalry first. Ugh, God. And then we'll bring in the Bringers of Beguilement or something. I don't know, man. This feels terrible. Everything about this feels terrible. At the very least, he doesn't have a lot of tickets. That'll make life easier. There's the net. Just net him. Just get out of there, man. Just dip. Look, as soon as I get the Bringers of Beguilement, we're fine. Aside from the spawn, they should be able to get a lot of damage in. These are just basic marauders. All right, here we go. So yeah, spawn are really annoying versus demons because they don't break while you crumble. Demons of Chaos have a hard time versus them grinders. Here we go. He's trying to take a fight. I feel like a Fury Surround will really mess him up though. I might even be able to kill off this Exalted Hero in the ensuing tussle. Look at that. Lots of damage from the Furies. Okay. Lord heals in combat, by the way, so he's actually fairly comfortable. Just chilling. What is that? We have a stealth unit capturing my back point? Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, at least we got the Lord routed off. Demonettes can secure this. Just a unit of horsemen is not the biggest issue in the world. I will have to secure some points. All these halberds are very annoying, but I think we'll be okay. Getting triple cap though is a little uncomfortable. He killed the Furies! Oh my gosh. Woo! Accidentally dodged the pendulum though. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, I'm definitely flubbing a little bit this game. We're flubbing a little bit. But at the very least, this will be pretty doable. Another horseman summon I feel like is just a terrible idea. There we go. We chase them off. We kill these guys. Then I start cycle charging here. There we go. It's a horseman massacre. Wondrous. So I can pretty easily capture that point. And we just want to harass these guys as much as we can. Little motorbike guy will be perfect for that. Another horseman summon. Okay. That's crazy, man. I feel like these horsemen are not cooking at all. I guess we'll see. So motorbike guys chilling. I do have to like secure some points though, right? I can't really just sit around on a one cap here. It's not very pretty. And there's a spawn. And there's a spawn here, dragging my hero through the mud. Oh my god, this is a terrible match. This match feels terrible. Okay, let's see if I can kill off the elite units there. So we got the capture point. It's still 1,000 tickets, which means I have a lot of time. We did kill off the Chaos Warrior Halberds, which is nice. Okay. And I could probably just send a Fury on their Lord and just rout him off. Probably. Oh my gosh. Get out! This is skedaddle. Alright, I can retake the middle. It's fine. This lady will live. That's the only thing that really matters here. As long as she lives, I'm okay. His Lord shall die. Horsemen are a non-issue. Look at that, she's doing great. This guy's actually kind of suffering. But there we go, horsemen going down. Yeah, I just gotta capture the point in a reasonable amount of time. There's no huge rush. Spawn are definitely a menace. Yeah, there we go. Forsaken are getting kind of mulched though. Oh crap, that's a good pendulum. I really need this Lord snipe, don't I? How's the capture point going? It's going decently. Exalted Demonettes. They gotta stay on the point though, which is kind of rough. And I lost a Seeker. They win on 1, 2. They win on 1 point. Oh my god. Bro. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Oh my gosh. Well, I killed off their Lord. That's good. And I will be able to actually capture the point. So you know what? It ain't the worst thing in the world. There's the Demonettes. I have a few minutes to secure this last point. What I need is capture weight, first and foremost. We get that, we'll be okay. Him having all his units route is certainly nice. Me losing the Demonettes is certainly very bad. But there we go. There's a net and a melee attack boost. As long as the Exalted Demonettes actually live, we'll probably be okay. Okay, there we go. Horsemen, they do die to Seekers and Furies. We know that. We know that much. And his mobility and all that, they're all dead. So, maybe we win it. If my opponent badly misplays here, I think we actually have a chance. Because I do have a lot of stuff. There goes that Exalted guy again. Hunting my lady. I need her for capture weight. Run, lady, run! Oh my god, she crumbled to death. Alright, well, there's the capture point. Slowly getting capped. If I can somehow defend the middle, we're still good. I don't think I like the guy on the motorbike, though. I don't think motorbike's the way to go with them. Demonettes are really crushing those units here, though, at least. That's good. And I have many a Fury at my disposal. What we want is to just chase them off and then secure the point. Get a unit of Seekers in here, and we'll be good. This guy, thankfully, he heals. The point is relatively well secured. There's a unit of Seekers. Demonettes are doing great. I don't think they're capturing the point anytime soon. Then we gotta make sure that they don't go over here. Lots of Lord focus firing, I'm noticing. There's a net. So goodbye, horsies. Alright. You're on retirement duty, though. A few more horseman shots and you're dead, man. So we don't want that. He's gonna go and retire now. Demonettes can kill the Severed Claw, no problem. There you go. And now I just have to secure this point. That means we gotta hunker down. We gotta get all the stuff here. Because if they hold it for like 80 seconds, we're done. Demonettes will be good. Furies here are chasing off the enemy. So they will get the capture point.
The enemy has captured one of your victory
Would have
points.
been really nice. My lord was not stuck for a whole minute. I definitely, that's not the thing that lost me the game, but that was definitely a super annoying thing that just threw off my mojo, man. He's gonna die, by the way. Okay, there we go.
No.
Can the Demonettes actually kill off everything here, though? I think the Severed Claw are a little too strong. Oh, I hate that so much. I'm never putting him on a motorbike ever again. That's the worst. That's the worst. Why would he just be AFK for a whole minute? GG, well played. I think the Severed Claw were good. I think the Severed Claw were good. But, God, that was such a... Why? Why? Why would he be AFK? Alright, let me, Warhammer 3. Anyways, I could have played it better. We could have played it better. There are a lot of horseman summons. Obviously, we have to play keep away from this. Severed Claw were really annoying to deal with. But I think if I put my Lord back on his normal mount, we'll be fine. gosh. Let's see here. We do this. We report that bug. I've never seen it, so I don't think it's a high priority bug, but I think it should be reported. There's some weird stuff where units don't obey commands too, like flyers leashing back into combat. All right, there we go. Anyways, regardless, still well played to my opponent. It's a solid strat. Having a bunch of spawn and halberds. This guy is staying on a juggernaut forever, though. He's never getting off that juggernaut forever. You know, maybe I don't need Foe Seeker. Deadly Onslaught might actually suit him better. Then I don't have to Chevron the Fiend. And then I think that's basically everything I need. Unless I'm taking Hysterical Frenzy, but Pavane uses enough magic. Alright. I just have to not throw the rest of my games and we'll be okay, though. Oh my gosh, it's so annoying. Oh man, I just really don't like it. That it's not even about the game. It's about the fact that this kind of stuff has been in the game for so long, man. It's like when every time my range units don't shoot or my units don't move, it's the worst. Because I've been telling CA since launch. Anyways, I'll just play better though. We might grow better. We'll get to the finals. It'll be good. Motorbikes are overrepresented in fatal accidents. Stay clear. Let's see here. What's the point of collecting all those skulls? Doesn't the throne have enough? Oh man. You found a way to take 4 exalted secret chariots? Yo, height. You know, if they buff the chariots, that would actually be pretty funny. Is this SFT? Yes, this is SFT. Alright, 3 more matches, and then we got the next round. And then our redemption arc can begin. Admitting. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Okay, redemption arc. Redemption arc begins. Can't wait for bikes to... Oh yeah, they can just port over demons from Fantasy, Warhammer Total War to Warhammer 40k. Oh man, dude, tanks. Although then again, I feel like tanks, if they're anything like trains, they'll be just fine. Oh, actually, Chariot Lords can't get double hit by spells anymore. They did actually fix that one. Credit where credit is due. CA did actually fix that. All right, here we go. So, we gotta report the score there. And then I think we are giddies. Demons in 40k will desperately need Deep Strike though. What's Deep Strike? What is that? Is that some 40k mechanic that I don't know about? I'm glad you're giving demons some love. It's nice to see someone playing them dedicated even for a little bit. Actually, this is our 4th day of playing demons. 3rd day of the challenge. Hey, Kaiser Wilhelm, thank you.
Saturday boss battle stream. Don't feel pressure to if you need the weekend off. I have been cooking a build for the next one. Thanks either way.
I think this weekend I'll probably need off. But I could do it after my best of 9 with Danican on Monday, or we just do it on Tuesday. Definitely next week though. Boss battle streams are really fun. I've just been really sinking my teeth into this Demons of Chaos challenge. They can teleport anywhere on the battlefield. Holy crap. Can they teleport on top of units? Like, can you teleport directly onto like a range unit or something? Isn't that OP? How do you fight that if you're the Tau? You can reroll a misfire on Deep Strike? Oh. The problem is I have a job. Oh, I see. Would you be free on Sunday, Kaiser Wilhelm? I could see myself doing a stream on Sunday. Saturday, I actually have some stuff that I gotta do. Can always wait till next Saturday, though. I do want to get more streams in. Has to be 9 inches away from enemies? Okay. Good to know. See here. Do I have monstrous infantry that do well here as Demons of Chaos? I think summoning in the Changebringers so early was definitely a misplay. Plague Bearers are not bad, but I think they're worse versus... Well, no, they're better than Forsaken versus Armor, right? I find Exalted Bloodletters are actually a little disappointing. I think if I just get air superiority and use the Changebringers, I'm probably fine. Because like I can force the Lord to land. I just had a bunch of really bad sniping attempts, so then we got screwed. Outside 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Okay. I could also do a longer boss fight stream on a weekday. Anyways, I'll see if I can fit it in. We'll see what we can do, Kaiser. It's definitely on my mind. Thank you very much for the $20, by the way. Yo, Deep Strike in Warhammer Total War. That would be pretty OP. People would hate it. Poor artillery. Well, so plague bearers are definitely super duper slow. Remember when they used to be slower? I think they used to have, what was it, like 26 speed or something? Or was it 24? I don't know. I think they used to be slower, but not every build is going to be a plague bearer build. You definitely never put them in reserve because they'll just never ever get there, but yeah. All right. I gotta do more adminning. Someone has too many Swiss points. All armies have deep strike? Whoa.
At your service!
So deep strike is just Vanguard in a sense. I bet that's how they're gonna do it, right? They're just gonna make it Vanguard. If they want to be lazy, they could totally do that. Hey, welcome to the crew, Duke Bourmond. So I find Plague Bearers are the best versus Undead. I kind of wonder if they'll do well versus Empire, but I'm not sure. Infiltrate is Vanguard? Oh my gosh, alright. Okay, so Deep Strike is just summons then. It's just gonna be summons. It's gonna be summons all over again. The summon meta. I think Khorne Bloodletter unit should have the ability to teleport onto a target if it's a certain rate. That's crazy. Yo, I would love to see the implications of these mechanics, but like, man, it's gonna be so imbalanced at first. It's like if it's like when CA, what's it? When they first introduced shields. It was pretty busted. I think it just regens super fast and people just cheese it in land battles like crazy. Alright, here we go. Redemption arc. Okay, yeah, so it's, you have different reinforcement points. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we'll see how they do it. Oh, man, though. Alright, advancing the Swiss. Goblins. Round 3. Okay. Who are we up against? Pontims. Sick. Yo, yo. I'm Demons of Chaos. Okay, we gotta lock in. We gotta lock in. No more losses. Dark Elves. Easy. And a lot of people have been reporting lag issues lately. I don't know if there's like a problem with the game or something, but there's been a lot of lag issues. Okay, so he's playing Dark Elves. I'll ban, do I want to play in Lost Temple? Ban Lost Temple. If he's playing Dark, yeah, I'll ban Lost Temple. There we go. All right. wants to play Crag. Glinted Toofs. Alright, so I don't think he's gonna kite me after his past experiences bringing skirmishers. But then, in theory, my opponent just doesn't have many options, right? In theory. They can't really main tide like the Empire does. So what would I expect to see? Maybe like a Rakarth? Maybe a Blob Buster? Soul Stealer, maybe? Right? Just, because I think if it brings some really high-powered single entities, it could actually maybe get some work done. It'd be pretty funny to have 2 Alures's or 2 casters in reserve. One for each situation. It can do way better than starting with... you know, you lose less of your reinforcing army, but you get to bring the perfect unit for the job. And honestly, having like Bluefire here is kind of sick. Yeah, having Bluefire is kind of sick. Just in case we see, you know, like they go for like a dragon or something. I feel like that's something I should be at least mildly ready for. Have you tested the Exalted Flamer? I have. The DPS is pretty low, but they're not bad as like a little... that's just like a poking tool. Not bad, but I'm not in love with them is where I would generally rank the unit. Okay, so preferably I'd have units that are resistant to spellcasting. This feels pretty good. So I have that. I have basically everything I need. Is there anything else that works well in this build? Probably a couple of these. Your army exceeds the unit caps. Too many flying units, I see. Alright, this should be good enough. Oh yeah, Exalted Flamers are better than the Skull Cannon. And cheaper, but also... I'm not really running the Skull Cannon. I feel like Changebringers are my best option right now. I guess if I'm worried about losing the air game, an Exalted Flamer is a safer, cheaper flamethrower unit that can farm value. I guess that's actually not, you know, maybe I do run a one of instead of Changebringers. But Changebringers are such a I win unit once you get the air game. Anyways, let's see how this goes. So the guy's playing Dark Elves. I've adapted the build slightly to make sure that we do not get countered or anything. So what does that mean? My caster is in reserve. Which caster? We don't know yet. If there's a target that I can just blue fire to death, I go for that. If we're facing Kite, then I go for the Allures like normal. Nice and simple like. Nothing crazy going on. Changebringers and restock doesn't actually matter much. In games where you use all the ammunition on Changebringers, you've already won. I think what would be much scarier is like a Jade Shield on Changebringers. Or spell resist. Like something to just stop them from taking so much damage. Maybe a missile resist or something. Or healing. Healing that revives like a Rev Crystal. Now that would be problematic. Honestly, Changebringers with a strong enough air game is already kind of scary. But anyways, let's see what he has. 8 units. That's not a lot. There's a very small number of units. Why are there so few? Is it an elite box? Are we going to see are we going to see like 4 Blackguard of Nagaron and then I just roasted toasted them? Furies. Malice. I mean Harpies. Occam's Mind Razor. The Chill of Sontar? Okay, alright there, buddy. Alright, now I was with you until I saw the Chill of Sontar. That's kind of extreme. That's kind of crazy. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's slow. The problem with the Chill of Sontar is it's the slowest thing you've ever seen in your life. Harpies don't trade into Furies, by the way. Especially with that melee attack boost. And he doesn't have a hero sniping ability, so we can bring in this lady. So we pretty easily get our double cap. Well before my opponent. If not. Here we go. Well before my opponent gets the first capture point. And I want to kill the chariots. Now, if you would like to do me a mild favor and just scoot up with those guys, just a smidge. Just a teeny tiny smidge, then we can get going here. Are they gonna flee? You wanna get rampaged? There's no Ricard, so rampage actually works really well here. Alright, looks like they're playing it safe. Well, I'll settle for the 2 points. Now, here's the thing. This spear unit is very exposed. Chill of Sontar is miles away. It's going to be pretty rough for them. You can just dodge these first few shots. Get our rampage ability in. And then take a fight away from the Chill of Sontar. Then I believe we absolutely win this. There they go. Come to me, chariots. Come to me. A Vein of Slaanesh, still a very good spell. We'll bully Malice. Just, you know, body block him a little bit. We bring in these guys. So that's 1 chariot down. Very nice. Gets a Pit of Shades on some Fiends. It's actually going to friendly fire the Dread Spears more than anything else. So I don't think that's a huge issue. Going to use our net a little early just so Malice doesn't get too much work done on my Lord. And that's a very nice Chariot and Dread Spear kill. Now, can we kill the Harpies? I could probably get this thing down soon. Can I just fight this? Wait a second. I think we can just fight this. Malice is not that strong. No Occam's Mind Razor. It was actually cast a little bit late. So a lot of the damage is already done beforehand. There it goes though. Seems like the Chill of Sontar is cooking pretty hard. So there's Malice. He's transforming now. Will be enough. How strong are you, Malice? It's a bit of a sketchy fight. I guess we did get him to transform. It's pretty jokes. I did kill off his chariots. Very nice. And the Harpies, they did win. So that was actually a good Occam's Mind Razor cast. There goes Malice Darkblade himself. Being a menace. Can I kill him though? I have Fiends. I have some really elite stuff here. I'd be a little worried for Malice if I were my opponent, I feel. He may be a demon, but my entire faction is also demons. There's the net. Malice can no longer move. There's the capture point. Horn of Corn. Do I always get Horn of Corn when my lord is a Cornate Lord? I think I might. I feel like I haven't seen the other ones very much. But yeah, we just popped Malice. Nice. Dude, these guys are sick. As soon as this guy's off his motorbike, he's amazing. Motorbike sucks. Is that a Pit of Shades? Oh, crap. It actually landed. Oh, okay. No, we did dodge. Woo, that was kind of close. Anyways, yeah, Malice kind of sucks. Malice meme blade. Yeah, dude, Malice is kind of hot garbage, isn't he? Just a little bit of hot garbage. Oh, man. I've seen him use enough to know that he actually doesn't win those fights. It's very sad, but that's just how life be for him. It's just how it be. And now I have a million Furies. We just pull away from the Chill of Sontar, and then we re-engage with the melee attack boost. Cold One Knights, we can hit them up. Their buff does trigger though. Sure, why not? Just Horn of Corn it. I might lose my caster here. She's taking a little bit of damage. But in the end, we're sitting pretty comfortable here with the triple cap and the up trading. There's not a whole lot my opponent can do here at this point. I have like a million Seekers. Not really the build. And of course the Chariots just kind of died to this, right? It's just way too risky running a Chariot against an LRS, I feel. Oh, there. That's a spell. Good dodge, though. Ooh, all right. That saved me some trouble. Big routes over here. And GG. Rip Malice. Rip Malice, man. Poor guy. Malice, why? Now, even if he was able to fight, I probably still would have been able to win just via my mobility. I did have Changebringers too. It's just that this is also just a really bad matchup. Elves just don't really have the HP. Harpies did okay. Furies did okay. They actually crumbled them away very quickly, so their value is actually slightly higher. So Occam's Mind Razor on the Furies was actually not the worst. Even though it was cast a little bit late, it was not bad. Double Medusa's here to deal with more normal builds, like if I tried to stuff them up or spam blues and pinks. So I like that they're there. But the rest of the army just doesn't really do much. And the Chill of Sontar sucks. I think swap out the Chill of Sontar and Malice, and the build is getting there. Is Empire versus Cathay unplayable, or am I just bad? I think Empire and Cathay is playable. Very much so for Empire. But, I don't know who's favored. It's probably Empire favored. It might not be. But definitely Cathay's not exactly a super meta faction. I'm not gonna call you just bad, though. That's just me. You did see Malice do well against Tomb Kings once. Like, he did technically pay for himself. But, like, he doesn't bring much to the table, you know? If he can't outduel these guys, it's always gonna be sus. Rip Dim Dum. Hey, you know, if you want to submit replays and you want me to cover them, you can head over to my Discord. Every once in a while, when we have enough people submit, I'll go over replays and tell you guys what you need to do to win. It's pretty nice. Man, I wish a Soul Grinder was good. Like, I feel like this build could so use a Soul Grinder. Alright, some more adminning. Today's a very admin heavy day, ain't it? Very admin heavy. Crane Gunner plus hero stack. Crane Gunner plus hero stack. Oh, like Moonbirds and such. So if you want to beat Grand Cathay as Empire, you have a lot of options to kill Crane Gunner. So you can just win the Cav fight. Knights of the Black Rose dumpster. They absolutely dumpster Crowman. And they'll dumpster Jade Lancers too. Less so, but they'll still win. And then you charge them into Crane Gunners. Alternatively, you Sunmaker them. But if Sunmaker's too risky, you can just take Hawkloom Long Rifles. They're cheaper. You can shoot them up if they're distracted on other targets. And then late game summons of War Wagons to kill off the single entities, and you're pretty fine after that. Nurgle Soul Grinder Kite. Oh boy, the Nurgle Soul Grinder Kite on Demons of Chaos is so jank, so jank. Technically though, Demons of Chaos Nurgle Soul Grinder can get its value. I should probably play it more here and there just to get the vibes of the unit. It's 2,000 gold though. So if he's going for a kite, I'm dead. And people are still taking kite against me. Like, people still take skirmishers. So I think I kind of have to go for the usual. Like, this only stops being good when they have no kite tools. Yeah, I know you can take the pinks. Also, isn't it only 35% of the ammo? I thought it was 35%. But yeah, you can take the pinks. Here's the thing. If you desummon and resummon it, you can get 100% of the ammo. These pinks are expensive, man. And this reload is not that good. Like, for the price of the pink, you could just take another Soul Grinder. If that's what you're really trying to do. How many Soul Grinders can I take? Ah, hell yeah, I can take triple Soul Grinder. And we'll see a triple Exalted Pink build. As soon as they give you more Winds of Magic generation, I could totally see it as like a Kairos build where you're just generating lots of magic and spamming spells. But like, you always run out of magic as demons. They actually have like no way to generate magic. It's weird. Despite being entirely made out of magic, they have not figured out how to create it outside of Kairos. The idea would be to get a lot more range units to benefit from it. But what? What do you mean more range units? This ain't High Elves, man. I got like this guy. I got an Exalted Flamer. Then you're telling me to spend 1,000, 2,500, 4,500 gold. That's my whole starting army, man. That's everything. I'll have no more money left. Sipa said pinks are... Exalted pinks are decent. But they don't really bring anything to the table that's worth making use of. I guess they have fire weakness. These guys have fire weakness. But like, yeah, it's not like wow. I think they're decent in the same way blues are decent, you know? It's just a solid unit. You have a good time with them, and then you move on with your life. Who needs a starting army anyways? If there's a way I could punish a kite or a rush, I would. But like, so like, look at this, right? So I kind of need all of this if I'm going to catch kite builds. Because they'll have cavalry support. This is what I'd have to cut to bring this idea, to make it into reality, right? So you need the Soul Grinder and the Blazing Squealers at least. So I would lose like 3 Furies and a Fiend. And then I would need to summon in a unit. So like realistically, I don't even have the Fiend, right? Because I have to make value off this guy. The alternative is I just start with the Noxbringer and then I summon them in. That would be a little bit better because the starter build already punishes kite. But yeah, I don't know. I do think, you know, there is something to be said about just taking no Furies and taking the Noxbringer to start. Okay, you know what? You want crazy? I got crazy right here. I got crazy right here, alright? So look at this. Look at this absolute insanity. So you start triple Fiend Noxbringer. You don't even have the Furies. I don't need Furies. And then this is my source of terror and leadership bombing. Because when he hits, they'll get the hit by artillery debuff, right? It could be an upgrade. I did actually really need terror in this build some way, somehow. Somehow, some way. Do I need so many Furies at the start? Probably not. I think we can do fine just summoning them in. So if you want some weird insanity build, I guess this kind of gets there. Sure, you know what? Maybe I run the Noxbringer for a bit. The Slaanesh with Discord moderator build. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's also the Herald of Khorne. Don't forget him. Aren't Furies really good at getting rid of Skirmish Cav? The Fiends actually do just fine. Because I'm also running Pavane. I could actually see this being better. So the idea is you hit them with the Noxbringer and then you go for a crazy charge and they'll insta-break. Tzeentch feeling real left out. Oh yeah, no Tzeentch units. It's because I cut the Changebringers for the Noxbringer. You don't really need Changebringers if you have this bad boy. In theory, he's actually a decent fighter too. 52 melee attack, 44 melee defense. Somehow this guy's a better fighter than the Soul Grinder of Khorne. Wait, what? Why? Oh, it's because he's an ROR. Bro, that's sad. That's so sad. Holy crap. Well, yeah, anyways. You do get a lot of chevrons for cheap, so I guess he is actually a decent fighter. So you can play pretty melee with him. Yeah, ROR stats for the win, apparently. It's plus 10, plus 9. That's actually kind of insane. You know what? I actually kind of dig that. Yeah, maybe we do this with the build. Then if they have a bunch of infantry, we just shoot them up. They try to kite me. I have this lady. As long as I have my triple Fiends, okay? That's all I really need. Triple Fiends and we're good. Fewer opportunities to accidentally throw with all these Furies. Doesn't the blue or pink give magic regen? It gives magic. It takes magic recharge. So it doesn't actually give you more magic in the game. It gets you your magic faster. which is not very useful. Oh, blue or pink ROR. This is 360 missile block. 10%. This one is sour discharge. And these guys just have arcane mirth. Dionysian, what's up? We lost the game. We're not gonna lose it again though. The soul the soul coal grinder. Yeah, it should be able to actually target stuff. I don't know why it's a precursor shot. I don't know, man. It is weird. I remember complaining about that one 50 years ago. Yeah, its range attack is so janky. It's like a mini Necrofex, which sounds good. But it's so mini, it just doesn't do damage. Purveyne's kind of a boring spell to go up against, only counterplays to stay away. I think that is incorrect. I think you are missing some very important counterplay. Like positioning your units to be able to save a unit that's being drawn forwards. Because like that positioning is like really complicated. If you see the difference between me Purveyning lower skill players and Purveyning Charix, you'll know. Charix is absolutely implementing the counterplay. And it makes it where I can't just chuck it out, right? And yeah, and if it's just if you're just getting wrecked, then yeah, then you're done for. It's over. It's over. You don't have spells. You can't use your magic. So you can force them to have to use it elsewhere. You can delay it. There's also abilities that remove Rampage that are really cool. So build-wise, you can also counterplay against it. And it's also a very dynamic spell as the user, where maneuvering the unit around can be really complicated. Nurglings? Nurglings are terrible. Nurglings compared to like... Okay, what are they compared to? What's the closest comparison? Oh, God. Yeah, so Nurglings are basically goblins. They have Cloud of Flies, Fear, Vanguard. No shields, but physical resist to kind of make up for it. But nobody's in love with goblins, right? And they also have 100 fewer entities, so they don't even land a lot of hits. They just have high HP per model. Super garbage. Super duper garbage. They do get 9 melee defense from Cloud of Flies, though, yes. It doesn't help, though. If you give goblins plus 9 melee defense, they still die to charges, just like Nurglings. Is the stream live? It's live. We're actually live. Nurglings are more akin to zombies? No. Zombies are good because they're cheap. Nurglings lack the specific thing that makes zombies good. Nurglings are more akin to expensive zombies, which is garbage. They don't even have leadership. Guys have they got 50 leadership. Do you see that? They have 50 leadership. The same as blues. That's pretty bad. I guess there's a little bit of Cloud of Flies, but like, if you're fighting a unit of infantry, they're not even a holding unit. They don't got the melee. Like, they don't have nearly enough melee defense. Goblins have shields. Pretty bad shields. I don't think that changes the argument. Would you pay $250 for Nurglings? I think so. So Nurglings will downtrade to a unit of Empire Spears. Who, by the way, have shields and spears. They're not made to kill Nurglings, but they do. But if I can get 250 gold onto Empire Spears, now we're talking, right? I think Nurglings just need a mild buff to become viable. I think a 50 gold cost reduction would be enough. Maybe a 75 gold. A whole 100 is quite a bit. They probably don't need that much. I think if they cost 250, that would launch them into quite viable. You would see them as part of the main army with pinks to hold the line. But until they can actually trade for their price, they won't really be too good. Because they don't really have any other purpose. The ROR ones. Now, Nurglings, they do have a purpose, which is late game capture weight for demons. Because you can Vanguard and deploy them. So on some builds, you will have reserve Nurglings to steal points. But that's generally pretty rare. Most games end by army wipe anyways. ROR ones have damage reflect, which is okay. They have pretty decent stats. These ones are okay. They're not crazy, but they're okay. At 550, they're starting to get pretty expensive. And man, they can get shot to death too. 0 armor is brutal. 20% physical resist is akin to having like 27 armor. It's very rough. Hey, Marco. Malamarco. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Very much appreciated. But yeah, it's like they're an unshielded unit with 27 armor. So imagine unarmored Berserker or unarmored Chaos Warrior Great Weapons. Actually, I think it's worse. Wait, let me take a look. Not Chaos Warriors. Marauders. Where are they at? If I had to hazard a guess, these guys against arrow fire, they might live longer than Nurglings just because of their HP difference. Because they already have some armor, right? Both of them are not really going to be negating that much damage. Either with armor or the physical resist. I guess to handgun fire. For all the people who want to shoot Nurglings and Marauders with handguns, I guess they'll be a little bit more resistant. Anyways. Okay, so we gotta kick this guy from the tournament. And this guy. Admitting. Kane needs to have 1 point. Okay, Adler needs to have 1 point. Okay, so we can fix that, and then I can go ahead and start the next round, and then we're good. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Round 4, let's go. When will we see the Kugath regen Nurgling blob? Yo, if they brought in more campaign stuff, that'd be so cool. I'd love to see like a Kugath build. Or like a Kugath ability that lets his Nurglings regen in multiplayer. That'd be sick. And we're up against Adler. All right, let's get them. Demons of Chaos. can do this. He's Nurgle. Ooh, okay. Celestial. We'll ban Celestial Lake. It's kind of a cramped map. If we're facing Nurgle... If we're facing Nurgle, this should be pretty chill, right? The fact that we have Tzeentch stuff in here is just good. It's base on him? There's no way. There's no way. Let me see this. Nurgling Infestation. He heals Nurglings by 0.2. Dang. Dang. The ability's that useless, isn't it? I didn't even know it existed. Holy crap. You can Kugath the Nurgling blob it. Insane. Learn something new every day. I like never run Nurglings. I didn't even realize. That's kind of hilarious. Alright. So Nurgle. Well, what does one need to do to defeat such a treacherous faction? They have many abilities. Many things that can ruin your day indeed. But I think this should be extremely favored for us if I do something like this. You think he's gonna have a Kugath? Just a rogue Kugath? Ability some would consider unnatural. Let's see here. Let's see. How do I spend my monies? Ooh, there we go. This should be a fun build. It's just a normal build. There's nothing crazy. Do we go for the Anticity not special? Just the actual normal build? It's Nurgle, right? I don't think there's a lot of curveballs it can throw. Technically, if the Mad Lads decides to spam... If the Mad Lad decides to spam like a bunch of cavalry, it could be sus. Just like a ton of super elite cavalry, but I'm pretty sure I have some disgusting answers for that. And I don't think I have to worry. Do I need the Soul Grinder? Soul Grinder of Nurgle versus Nurgle? Dang, that'd be crazy. Is he gonna Soul Grinder me? Ooh, wait, that's something to consider. Am I gonna get Soul Grindered? I don't know if I can Blue Fire a Soul Grinder to death. That would be pretty jokes. Then I want a rush build. But then what if he goes mass infantry? Then what? Okay, let's be real though. This build's kind of disgusting versus Nurgle. This should be relatively straightforward. Unless I'm missing something terrible. Which you never know, it happens. Fear the 6 Plague Drone build. Mass Plague Drones would be pretty spicy. I don't know how it actually pans out. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Can Nurgle face the might of the Demons of Chaos today? Ooh, Nurgle Demon Prince. I feel like it's so risky to bring anything that dies to Blue Fire though. Blue Fire is very, very menacing. You just don't want to get Blue Fired. Drone maxing stream suffering? Yeah, I don't fear drone maxing. Ever since I've gone for drone maxing, it's yeah, it's non-issue. Also, by the way, 7 wins. So if we can get 7 more wins for Chaos Demons, I can get 3 of them now, which will get them probably to a 49% win rate if I win this tournament. And they'll be above Khorne. They'll be above Khorne, Tzeentch, and Kislev. It's kind of crazy what one man can do for a faction. I wish the faction statistics would show, you know, who's actually playing the factions, because I think that makes such a big difference. I think one of the reasons Ogres is so high is because, like, Egg Special is playing them, you know? Why do people call the Demons of Chaos Prince Daniel? Because that's his name. It's literally his name as assigned by CA. It was actually in like a little video that they did when they first introduced him. And it's stuck. Ready, good luck, have fun. So if he brings a bunch of big guys, he's a dead man. If he brings skirmishers, he's probably a dead man. He brought a bunch of, okay, he brought a bunch of flyers, a Chaos Sorcerer, Lord of Nurgle. The healing kit, okay. Interesting. No fleshy abundance. So by far the scariest thing here are the Angels of Decay. Blue fire should be quite strong against them. We just want to park here. We want to get our blue fire off. And then I want enough stuff to countercharge everything. A little bit of a dodge. There we go. And we already get a huge amount of damage. For a normal cast blue fire, that's kind of massive. So then we hold 1 point. We back up. And now he has to think about engaging. Because if he doesn't, he's just going to eat blue fires for days. I even have my Exalted Pink. It's great. You don't want to just eat blue fire forever. That'd be terrible. Can't bring any flyers up. Blue fire's good though. A little bit of a volley on his Marauder Horseman. Summons in Pestigors. Okay. Jeez, that value though. Holy value. That's some crazy value, by the way. To lose almost like a third of your HP or more on your Angels of Decay to 2 blue fires, that's a bad time. That's absolutely a bad time. We're gonna win the game with just blue fire, man. This is what I'm saying. Blue fire is a menace. He can't even heal them. He doesn't have fleshy abundance. Oh, the suffering. Not the straight Nurgle suffering, not like this. What did they do to deserve this? Oh my gosh. I can chase him too. This guy got no issues. Even wastes a few shots from his skirmishers because we're not taking damage. Plague drones of Nurgle. You know, I'll blue fire you too. Stay back. Back, I say. All his value is in shields. He's done effectively no damage to us. We're just gonna slowly scoot up, but every second that goes by, my army gets bigger and his army stays about the same. As long as we can keep chucking out blue fires for days. We just get all the plague drones low enough so that when the actual fight gets started, they crumble away and die. What is this? I'm going for my lord? Alright. Good dodge. Dodging a couple blue shots, sure. I love it when blues and pinks fire. It looks so pretty. What are you doing? You gonna stream of corruption me or something? No, that did nothing. We're good. We're good. We're good. And another. Hit him up with another. My lord has 1,000 gold value, 1,100. Holy moly. So here come the toads and toadettes. We're gonna reform our ranks here. So I don't need to push past this point. I want my opponent to be the aggressor here. It just kind of makes life easier. Now we're aware that Pestigors are going to be mildly terrifying. So if I just do another one of this, I'm fine. Yeah, your Stream of Corruption is nothing to my Blue Fire, man. Stream of Corruption means nothing to me. Blue Fire got me my Reign of Chaos ability. Okay, now here's the main fight. Oh, dang, that's a good one. That's so good. That's just straight damage. Across the board damage. So we're gonna net these guys first. That should get them dead real fast. And then I bring in my elite units. Fiends will do well. Fiends should actually do pretty great here, I think. And all the damage that we've been dishing out this whole time will be paying dividends, because you can see the poor demons, they really don't do too well on low HP. So kind of getting bullied. I think we'll cast that spell there. I don't know if it actually works. We'll see. Against the plague drones, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, skirmishers are really making his push lackluster. Got a lot of ladies in there. Let's do that. Whoops, could have had a second ability. It's fine. Looks like the Zinch's Firestorm was actually very clutch by the looks of it. All right, nice. And then it's just these flyers. Angels of Decay are not too scary once they're this low. Pestigors suck versus Plague Bearers. They're actually very good fighters, Plague Bearers. So I think we'll be okay there. His Lord is surrounded. And I think he got nerged. I think Nurgle unfortunately suffered the fate of many Nurgle players. And that is getting absolutely obliterated by a normal army. Oh boy, rip Nurgle. Kairos at home, yeah. Has only 2,200 though. Could have been higher. Plague drones are dead though. The fire here from all my guys is still doing well. Fiends can surround his lordy. And I just have to capture the point in a reasonable amount of time. Oh, my guy's still firing. Some of them don't have ammunition, but that's okay. Marauders of Nurgle. I think a blue fire should get that done. I just wish that line of sight was slightly better, but it's okay. This debuffs melee defense. No, melee attack, my bad. Whoopsies. I thought it was going to help us kill him faster, but I'll settle for making sure that he doesn't kill my lord somehow. We'll just crush him the old school way. That's a lot of Furies coming on in. Thankfully, I have Fiends to countercharge. Now, where are you going to go? Are you going to go straight for my lord or what? Seems like a split maneuver. I see. Magic, though. Magic's going to crush it. His lord's routing in the wrong direction, too. Very unfortunate. A little bit of magic. This guy's gonna die. Can I draw the Furies through the fire? Through the flames! Hey, look at that. We drew them through the flames just a little bit. That actually did a mild amount of damage. I'll take it. Very nice. Yeah, this feels not bad for Demons of Chaos. I think Demons of Chaos, the fact that they can mix in kind of normal builds is nice. Because Plague Bearers, Blues, and Pinks, they're just really... They're just really good combined together. Nurgle and Tzeentch. GG, well played. Alright, that's another win. Chaos Demons versus Nurgle. Okay, so 3-1 classic Anticity score. We just gotta win the semis and then we're good. Pestigor pick versus Demons of Chaos seems weird. Pestigors are one of your fastest infantry for Nurgle, but I know what you mean. They really did badly versus Plague Bearers. But like Plague Bearers are so slow. So like he wouldn't have been able to rush. The other option is Marauders, but they're not exactly great. They don't have a... Like, I think he took them from the missile resist. I think they have a base 25%. The irony is that they hate each other's guts. What's it? Blue and green. And then my other build is Slanesh and Khorne. It's perfect. You'd like to see unit costs depending on how much they have been used in the last months. Yo, balancing just based on what we see in tournaments. I wish CA could do it like that, but because there's so many different game modes, there's always a little bit of quibbling, right? One unit might be good in one game mode, bad in the other. Their own ladder, and just the fact that I don't think they watch that many tournaments. As far as I can tell, CA watches my stream after updates to check in on how people are vibing with the update, but they don't really like watch tournaments on the regular. If they are, that'd be great, in which case they hear me, they just don't want to listen. But I think a lot of people are getting sick of some of these factions. City without 15 cav units is like an angel without wings. The sad part about Demons of Chaos is I think you have to go for this type of build against a handful of factions. Ogres don't see much play. Ogres are OP. I think Ogres are absolutely an S tier faction. I just think people don't play them much. There's a few things that they suck against, but they're very strong. Although I'm ready to be proven wrong. I was thinking I might do an SFT as Ogre sometime. You're looking into getting into Warhammer 3 multiplayer. Any guides I'd recommend? Turin has a bunch of build guides and starter builds for every faction. Absolutely, you should check them out. Alrighty. You're referring to, what's this? To the comment about basing a unit cost on how much you're used? Oh, I see. That is true, that is true. You would need like some actual tournaments with stakes to get proper data. I kind of assumed that they meant units used in, you know, when they actually see play. You know, like how much a unit gets used when the faction's actually selected, not based globally. Because there's definitely some factions that people just play more. Even if they're bad. Like Dark Elves. Who are not bad, they're not terrible, but like, I don't think they're an S tier faction. Of course, ogres are strong, they're like 12 feet tall. I see. I see what you did there. Classic. Usually the puns don't spill over to Twitch. A rare Twitch punning. Already watching Turin a ton. Let's see here. Zerkovich will give you some basic tips and tricks on how to maneuver units. Generally, though, the best way to go is to message around on Discords. Because, I think, like, what is it? Doesn't Own Goal have a YouTube channel? I think Own Goal it was. Had their own YouTube channel. You can check that out. Please don't do an SFT as ogres. You on ogres is just an instant loss. It would be, well, you know, I gotta practice them though, right? I haven't played like a single ogre game in months. Ogres are such a simple faction though. So you take the powder guts, and then you either take 2 man-eater pistols if you're worried about getting into melee, or you go 2 lead belchers if you want to shoot ranged, or if you're really worried about them getting countered, then you just spam bulls. Just spam bulls, pigback riders, dual weapons. Yeah, you take a cheap foot lord. Congratulations, you're playing Ogre Kingdoms. Yeah, you take the Saber Tusk pack, like 2 vultures. Yeah, no, this is it. This is literally, this is everything. It's all you need. You can take that, or you can spam a million Noblars. Do a little bit of both. I don't know. Okay, you can do whatever you want. You just rush them. You just rush them. Ogres are great in melee until they're not. There's a couple of factions that can actually put them on the back feet, and there's a few cannon-based factions that will force them to rush. But they do have a pretty mean rush too. They also can do double Thunder Tusk, but I don't think it's actually that good compared to a more standard ogre army. Scrap Launcher. I've tried Scrap Launcher before. Its DPS is very low. Technically, it is also a chariot on the cheap, isn't it? Ogres don't really need a chariot though, but yeah, it's a 900 gold chariot. So what if you just use it as a chariot? Oh, it's 66 speed. There's no way. No one's gonna go crazy over that. Sorry. I need to get some rest after. Triple or quad lead belcher is also really good. I think it's good, but way too risky. You don't really need quad lead belchers. People are already expecting lead belchers, and they're gonna bring counters. If you put 4,000 gold in that, like I love it when my opponents bring more than 2 lead belchers, because I'm usually always rushing. Scrap Launcher does best halfway into melee. You got short range Scrap Launcher it. It's still 900 gold though. It's expensive. I could see it used on like other factions, maybe. On ogres though, they just don't really need it. They're more of a rush faction, more than a kite faction. Any good ideas for Empire? Are you talking about new ideas or old ideas? Because if you want old ideas, you take the maximum number of spearmen in your starting army with shields. You run 4 war wagons, extremely cheap gelt, right? Like extremely cheap gelt. And then yeah, some Sigmar. You want a great sword. You want like a ton of archers. This is like the Empire standard. I did find that grenade launchers are very fun. Grenade launchers are very fun. Nolan Ironsides are very fun. In matchups where you can just keep them alive, they shred. The factions you play tend to be extremely mobility based. Like even normal melee rush against lead belch is pretty rough. Like I guess, like I don't know, if you're playing like, I guess if you're really used to like Grand Cathay and they're just spamming a bunch of like crossbows maybe. But like crossbows also die to a rush build, so like I don't really see what quad lead belcher does more than 2 lead belchers, unless 2 of them tank the cannons and the others just shred infantry. That's the only argument I can really see right now. But like if your opponent, like when can an opponent deal with 2 lead belchers but they can't deal with 4, you know? Because what lead belchers are win condition. Maybe versus dwarves. Maybe versus dwarves. Can you take lead belchers to outgun cannons? Is that an actual strat? Can you do it versus like Tomb King's Ushopti? I kind of doubt it, but you think lizards could be meta? I think the possibility is there. Charix plays them really well with their salamanders. Alright, so it seems like Zexy dropped. We actually had a lot of drops today. So that means we only have 2 tiebreakers. Tiebreakers! At Navigator, stand by. Let's see here. Oh wait, no. There's some weird things with the Swiss points right now. Some people have like way too many Swiss points. Yeah, some people have like way too many Swiss points. So you and you need to have fewer. Oh, adminning. How about Navigator? Did Navigator go 4-0? That's pretty sick. Navigator went 4-0. Oh, he faced Bilbo Baggins twice and beat him twice. That's brutal. Bilbo should have only 2 points, so Bilbo actually doesn't qualify. Rip. Lots and lots of adminning. So we have 3 wins. Navigator has 4. Risotto should have 2. Drop conspiracy confirmed. Everybody's dropping. What's going on? Ogres versus dwarves is almost unwinnable as dwarves if both players know what they're doing. I could see that. Makes a lot of sense. So attack speed, and me, and a lovely Batmare. Attack speed enjoyer did win thrice. A lovely Batmare. Okay. Top 4. Let's go. All right. Alright. Top 4. At attack speed versus at Navigator. At a lovely Batmare versus at Inticity. Zexy dropped. Alright. Yo. I'm Demons of Chaos. Let's see what we can do. Demons of Chaos. What are we facing? Let me check. Oh, yeah, I wanted to try that, Noxbringer. Skaven! Hell yeah, dude. Skaven type. Now we can see if we can Noxbringer him. Because you kind of want Terror versus Skaven, right? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. So we got Skaven, who's first ban. Are we going to be playing on Dust Bowl? Maps are Dust Bowl, Arachnarok Lair, Imperial Ambush. I would say let's play Lair. I think Arachnarok Lair is the most favorite for us, so kind of surprised. Kind of surprised by that. Alright, let's see. Can we beat Skaven? Is it possible? Insane that you take pigback riders even against dwarves. Are they actually good versus dwarves? I could see it, but that is pretty insane indeed. All right, let's see what we can get done with this. In theory, Skaven a pretty chump change. The pretty chump change. There's a few factions that are really good against Skaven. Nurgle's actually one of them. But I don't think we can fully emulate like a Nurgle-esque playstyle. I feel like Poison Wind Globadiers could be really annoying. We'll see. I'm really interested to see what they have. It's very rare to see Skaven making it to semis nowadays. So clearly they know how to cook. Sketchy indeed. Chaos Demons, by the way, 49% win rate. 6 wins to 50%. I can get them to the same tier as Wood Elves soon. Crazy. So far, the worst matchup is against Empire, Bretonia, High Elves, Khorne. I think they should be good versus High Elves now. Empire still felt pretty bad when I played it. Khorne is surprising, but I think with the Changebringers you win. Changebringers and Air Game win. Pigback Riders. Pigback Riders kill Slayers? Yo. Pigback Riders trade into Slayers? What? I guess it's an infantry unit versus Slayers. Is it their charge bonus that does it? Pigback Riders have like oddly high charge bonus, right? I would have thought you'd take like Trappers or something versus Slayers. You can kill anything if they put their mind to it. Minds plural. There's 2 of them. Right, here we go. Skaven time. Probably the best chaff. They do only cost 400. And here we go. So, Demons of Chaos versus Skaven. Oh boy. Alright. So the big thing, just route them. Just route them. And we'll be fine. Charge bonus is so high because they're mounted on another Noblar. Yo, I love the aesthetic. They're not really chaff, they're just priced like chaff. The thing is though, in the end, if you can get enough terror for the ogres, so like fear and terror against ogre kingdoms is really good, but they're really good at killing large single entities. So you need a faction with fear and terror that is not large, and that's really only like Nurgle vampire counts. What are the factions that are good against ogres? I guess there's also stuff that can just like, I don't know. Apparently they have a 100% win rate against Cathay. Apparently Tzeentch does well. Okay. Counts, Tzeentch, Kislev. I know Tomb King should be good against them. Apparently Empire is not bad. Khorne, apparently. You could just fight them to death. Okay. Norska. Huh. Maybe with Skin Wolves? I don't know. But alright. So Skaven. How does one kill Skaven? Fear and terror and lots of cavalry. Pretty good luck, have fun. I have 6 units to their 15. We march here, we shoot them with the Soul Grinder, we rout them off. Everything's hunky-dory. If I feel like I can't do that, we summon in Plague Bearers. The end. The ogre piggyback? Ogres on ogres? Oh, God. Power couples back. I guess Tzeentch has a lot of Lord Snipe and Blue Fire. Blue Fire just probably... I think it just kills Man-Eaters for days, right? Which means Demons of Chaos should do well versus Ogres if I'm just spamming blue fire. We'll see though. So this is a, oh, there's a Warp Lightning Cannon and a Rattling Gun. Whoa, okay. Now that's pretty spice. I haven't seen a Warp Lightning Cannon in ages. And a Rattling Gun. Oh, we got Ikit Claw. He's over there. He's chilling. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to turn off Fire at Will. Gotta go here. And then I gotta just deep dive this, right? Can't really afford to get shot by this thing. He does have Howling Warp Gale, just the one though. So we're gonna get our first volley off on the Warp Lightning to make it easier to route them off. We'll see how long that leadership debuff hits them for. This is a good speed boost though. There's no nets or anything to stop this. So if we just go here like so. We use the Furies to kind of be annoying. And everything's dead. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, there you go. The might of the Skaven! Huge! Absolutely huge. You'll love to see it. Definitely a very powerful faction. One to be feared indeed. I'm gonna get this bad boy in there. We have Ikit Claw on the rampage right now. Oh, that's a Warp Grinder. Okay. Well, I don't want to dive that. The Dread Warp Grinder summon? Holy crap. Can Ikit Claw survive a tag team fight from all of these guys? Come on, get back in there, lady. Let's get that melee attack boost going. Get some cavalry. Teeth Breakers will die. Oh my god, look at the tag team. Look at the crazy tag team. Ikit got dumpstered. Holy moly. Ikit Claw down. Teeth Breakers are gone. Natty Boobos. Oh, that's what I discovered. Well, yeah, it was a very ranged heavy build brought against the Mega Rush. There's not much else to say. Ikit is completely and utterly gone now. That's disgusting. Oh boy, rip Skaven. This guy is good for terror. We'll leave him in there. It's crazy how much damage the dynamic duo can do. They will absolutely dumpster your lords. There's such a high DPS combo. Because this lady has 60 melee attack and she can get buffed up, right? The dynamic duo. Rat ogres. Not a problem in the slightest. Anyways, obviously just way too much ranged was the issue here. Way too much ranged. But here's the thing, right? Like sometimes you gotta worry about ranged Demons of Chaos arms. When you're playing against me, you can probably guess what I want to bring. But the fear of running into a rough build is always there. It gets almost gone. That's just a ticking time bomb for this army to suffer the Lord Loss penalty, which means everything here terror routes. You know what? I kind of like the Noxbringer. He got 1500 value somehow. I don't even know how that's possible. Wait, yo, is a Noxbringer actually my melee single entity? Is he the thing that I've been craving this whole time? A tanky single entity? Holy crap, the table. There's nothing here that is not routing. Literally every Skaven unit is off the battlefield. Jeez. Yo, Noxbringer's hype. Dude, I love the Noxbringer. I thought he was an artillery piece. It turns out he's a melee unit. He actually has really good stats, really high damage. In less than 4 minutes. Oof. So, yeah, that's rough. So here's the problem, right? When you have 1,000, 2,300, about 3,000 gold worth of units in ranged, and you're getting rushed. Apparently Noxbringer's a rush unit. You're done for. Also, dogs suck against cavalry. Wolf rats are terrible versus cavalry. Obviously, this build is better suited against other Demons of Chaos builds, but sometimes we rush, sometimes we melee. Can the Noxbringer actually hit anything yet? It actually landed a good number of shots. It did well. And I think the leadership debuff on this is actually usable. Bloodletter Lords are so good in dueling. Yeah, dude, this Herald of Khorne. 65 melee defense. A base +8 leadership +8 melee attack. So he's giving this guy +8 melee attack. Is 60 melee attack Soul Grinder? That's crazy. Wait, 60 melee attack is like Fighty Lords. This guy's actually insane. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so we just soul grind him. It's that simple. I see. Yeah, if you shoot at medium range, the Noxbringer is actually quite good. Anything further and it can dodge. But alright, attack speed and Joy versus Navigator. So what are those two factions then? Navigator is playing Chaos Dwarves. Attack speed and Joy is playing Dark Elves. Okay. Hopefully we face Dark Elves. I would love to face Dark Elves. Why do you never use Nurgle Furies? Wouldn't it be okay to mix one in for poison? I already got poison. Ba-boom. And... oh, this guy doesn't do poison. But I got hurt. Allure S gives a little bit of poison anyways, so it's fine. And if I want a Fury, it's usually so I can kill something quickly. And these are way better. Bloodletter Lords. Oh, I already read that. I guess I could just like a normal Bloodthirster, but... yeah, sorry, you got it wrong. These are Bloodletters. This is a Herald. This is a Blood Reaper. And this is a Bloodthirster. You gotta get your blood right. This is the only guy without blood in his name. Of all lords, why Herald of Khorne? Because he has the Locust of Wrath. You know what that means? Every 90 seconds, he's casting a slightly less effective Here We Go. Here We Go is 11 Winds of Magic. So let's say it's less effective. That means I'm getting a 9 Winds of Magic spell every 90 seconds. I can be pretty happy about that. It makes my fiends insane. So every time I fought in a big blob fight with fiends, Locust of Wrath will make them just like delete stuff. So it's pretty good. They actually have pretty low melee attack. And I can boost my Noxbringer to 100 melee attack. The chonkiest Noxbringer you've ever seen. Yeah, it's 90 seconds plus the duration and has no range, but it's free. It doesn't cost Winds of Magic. That's the best part about it. And this guy's going to be in the main fight anyways. It would be nice to have a little bit more range, but practically speaking, it gets the job done. You actually need it to win some fights with the fiends. They will lose some fights really badly without it. So, yeah, it's just a nice to have. And he has Tormentor Sword. Tormentor Sword is really good because you Pavane, which makes them effectively walk forwards for 4 seconds. That will only draw them slightly out of their formation. But then if you Tormentor Sword them, they're stuck there for 9 seconds and you can just wail on them. I don't have to tell you that 3 single entities with 100 melee attack, yeah, they're gonna kill everything. This guy hits for 450 damage, 375, 450, right? So easily over 1,000 damage each attack cycle with a near 100% hit rate. Yeah, they're gonna die. They're gonna die real hard. I don't think there's anything I'd really replace this guy with. So like this lady has Locus of Grace, which is not a melee boost. If I go for an Exalted Bloodthirster, he's more expensive and he doesn't even buff anything. He is flying, but I don't really benefit from flying. Being able to cause terror is nice, but I already have the Noxbringer. I can take this guy who doesn't have the speed boost of Locus of Swiftness, but I can take him vanilla. But is Caress the Darkling Prince as a vanilla character, is that gonna be worth it? Not really, right? Although, like, you know, they're a decent fighter, but like, you know, I feel like they're really prone to getting shot to death. Although I guess he is relatively cheap compared to the Herald, but like Revel and Slaughter is just so good. Locus of Wrath is just so good. I could take a big chicken. Exalted chicken. Could take a Herald of Tzeentch, but he can't fight. Or can he? No, he can't. But yeah, I've noticed that when you give this lady an attack boost, she just kills everything. She's weirdly extremely killy. Now, I'm gonna call this Rush 2 because this might actually be a huge innovation, guys. The Noxbringer in a melee rush build confounds me, but its stats are just so good. Combined with the Herald, it's 60 melee attack, and then Cloud of Flies gets him to 53 melee defense. That's absurd. He has no right being this good in melee. I don't know what I was thinking. The only downside is his HP is a bit low, but 90 armor is solid. And he helps shoot away skirmishers. It's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, I need the Slaanesh Locust to catch skirmishers. Kite ends up like... Yeah, Kite ends up just being a little bit too annoying to catch. But, what was this? The Scribes? The Scribes? If the Scribes were a caster that was cheaper, I would run them. Maybe I'd run them for 1,000 gold. Maybe. Because they're also okay-ish fighters if you're charging with them. Not really. Oh, geez, no, not really. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd only run them because demon casters are so expensive. Bro, it's so expensive. Why is Spell Siphon 180? That doesn't even make sense. Oh my gosh. You could have a whole second Noxbringer. You could take another Soul Grinder. I don't see it, man. It's insane that the Nox made 1,500 value in less than 4 minutes. Yeah, that's actually really crazy. A lot of it was Ikiclaw, but still, that's absurd value. If the Noxbringer cooks that hard, that could actually elevate Demons of Chaos to A tier in my mind. But we'll have to see how good the Noxbringer actually is in practice. It'll be very hard for them to kill it with all the boosters. It will have a bit of a hard time keeping up with the Fiends, but 75 speed is acceptable. There's a strength in the enemy not knowing what spells you got. Not that much strength. Look, if I know they have Melkoths, that does me nothing. Alright. So when they have the blue scribes and I don't know what they have, but I know it's going to be worse than Melkoths, it also... It just doesn't help. There's a few spells that will help, but most spells are just damage spells. Most spells that they would want to cast. I don't think it's a big advantage unless CA balance out buff spells. Because I could see like buff spells or nets if they were more prominent. The blue scribes would actually be pretty sketchy. But like Fireball, Spirit Leech, Amber Spear, you don't really play around them. You just tank the damage. Stuff like Pit of Shades, or you're always dodging. You're always dodging blobs. Like you never want to blob. And if they're hitting a single unit, you wouldn't be able to dodge it anyways, even if you did know that they had the spell. So I'm trying to think of situations where knowing the spell would actually make you play differently. I guess maybe Final Transmutation? There's not enough of those though, right? It's like Final Transmutation and Traderkin are the only ones that see play. So you can just not play around it and odds are you'll be fine. Sword made of fire. You know, against Demons of Chaos, Flaming Sword would actually help chunk through that physical resist. Unironically, if you had like Hellstriders and the Blue Scribe somehow, and then you got that Flaming Sword, that would be pretty sick. Surprise magic damage. But yeah, I think the most applicable thing would be buff spells if they were good. Most spells you're gonna reactively deal with anyways. I'll give it a minor advantage. Very minor advantage. But don't give CA ideas, okay? If you tell them that it's a minor advantage, they're gonna be like, he should be 500 gold cheaper than your usual caster. The advantage is too big. They definitely have a... they lean a little bit too hard on the fact that... hybridness. Having options is something that CA puts too much of a price on, right? Hybrid units and multiple spells and multiple abilities for different situations. Very consistently, I feel like they overcharge for it. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that's what you're arguing for, Decay, don't worry. I did see your message about it not being 1,500 gold worth. I do think Blue Scribes at 900 gold would actually be unironically good though. The thing is, would people want to see Blue Scribes 24/7? I feel like he's much better as a niche caster. And I would say at 1,000 gold, the Blue Scribes would be runnable, especially because, so like 1,000 gold and then 1,200 because of this. He would cost the same as a normal caster, but you get the spell mastery, and he can shoot and has a decent charge. He's also flying, right? So 95 speed. So if I could take a Blue Scribe for the same price as an LRS, I would consider. If he's cheaper, then suddenly you're giving Demons of Chaos a much cheaper caster, which can be sus in terms of like really launching him into the meta. But I don't know. Usually I get these numbers wrong. Who knows? Maybe like a 200 gold reduction is enough. Who knows? Warp against Navigator. Looks like the Dark Elves have fallen. But who is Navigator playing? We checked earlier. It's Chaos Dwarves. So, Chaos Dwarves. Okay, so they have artillery. They have Final Transmutation. They have some very annoying artillery to deal with. Ooh, tired. Death Shrieks and the like. Interesting. They have Kadai Fireborn. Now, Kadai Fireborn died to Fiend, so that's good. But do I have a way to actually kill their artillery? With what methods do I have to murder some artillery crews? Not many. Oh yeah, yo, I wrecked Slaanesh. This build is, Slaanesh would have to go for a mobility build, but I think we actually have way stronger single entities. The difference is that they have Hellstriders. I think Hellstriders can win it. So if Slaanesh goes triple Fiend and then a bunch of Hellstriders, it can be sus. But then again, I do have a Noxbringer. Allure-S, Herald of Khorne. The Herald of Khorne might actually win the Fiend fight. Herald of Khorne really make sure that you win a melee grind. You have the best buffing lord of Khorne and the best melee cavalry of Slaanesh. So unless they have a ton of cavalry and can somehow edge out a win there, I think yeah, I think it's doomsday. Bansbury Valley. Let's play Itza. Wait. Nah. Let's play Oil. Let's play Hashut's Oil Fields. Big old map. It's actually so big that it's kind of hard to get their artillery shooting. Alright. Chowie. So they got a lot of options. A lot of infantry, some skirmishers. I think the skirmishers, they can be very annoying, certainly. They have trains. And then they have their super annoying halberd guys. Those ones are pretty rough, actually. Can I kill them with the Noxbringer? Maybe a Rampage? I guess Fury's kind of dumpster, though. So what's Navigator gonna bring? What do I have to actually worry about? Oh, now this is a very crazy tech piece, but... It's old school, but I think it's actually kinda hype. Is there anything else I want? Verse Chowie? You know what? Yeah, this is sick. I like this. Oh, he dead, man. He's super dead. Watch him just bring a normal build if we get dumpstered. Slaanesh having ITP spears and Hellstriders. Yeah, the spear diff is pretty big. I would be faster than the Slaaneshi spears. It really depends on how the engagement gets taken. Because, like, if they can rush in with a bunch of spears, if they take, like, 4 spears and play around them, they could probably contest a lot of points. Noxbringer might not be able to punish them enough. But I think the biggest thing is that I win every single entity fight. Because we did kill Nakari. We killed Nakari with the duo. So, that's pretty good. Yeah, the Slaanesh one, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. More games need to be played for sure. I definitely think it's one of the better matchups of Demons of Chaos. In terms of playability. It shouldn't be impossible on either side. Because you have a stronger mobility force, but a weaker ground force. What if you bring in Plague Bearers? They just avoid them, right? Can you... you can't really change Bringer. Oh, sorry. You can't really change Bringer it. Because Pavane is a thing. What else does Slaanesh have? Horseman is a misplay. They'll generally just get caught and murdered. You will win the Fury fight because you have access to Corn Furies with the melee attack buff. I don't know. Yeah, Slaanesh is very good for punishing misplays. Demons of Chaos might be a close second. But when it comes to builds, I very often can get caught off guard with builds as Slaanesh and Demons of Chaos if I go mobility. Dang, Navigator really taking his time with this build. It's almost like he's not running the same build over and over again. I wonder if we're going to see some crazy train plays, by the way. If he goes for a ton of artillery, you know, it could always just run the risk of just getting rushed down. Unless he's going to trick me. Like a bunch of artillery, but then final transmuting my whole army would be really bad for us. Could have a spooky flying lord. Pavane doesn't activate instantly anymore. Rip. The good old days of Pavane being instant are over. Does either faction have an inherent advantage? I think Chaos Dwarves have a lot of fire resist, which kind of negates a lot of Tzeentch's shenanigans, because like almost everything on Tzeentch's roster does fire damage. So there's a slight advantage there. I would say Chaos Dwarves, I personally don't really like their units. I don't even think they're a very strong faction, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. Now my opponent, they have 6 units, so there's something weird going on here. I'm going to see the Dread Kadai Destroyer, because I actually bought an answer for that. I bought a Soul Grinder of Tzeentch on the off chance that he decided to go for some sick single entity strat. What's this map? Hashut's Oil Fields. Very smoggy. Giant map, by the way. Though technically if you park a ranged army here, you can cover both points. It's kind of hard to rotate around this point. So if you have a slow army, you can pretty easily just like chill here and then just bounce back and forth. He has the Granite Guard, a Sorcerer Prophet, a Death Shriek rocket launcher. All right, give me that. Give me that Soul Grinder, man. Soul Grinder's gonna cook him. Cook him alive. A Final Transmutation is there, okay. So we did bring Final Transmutation. So what are we gonna see? Very defensive formation around this Death Shriek.
We have a victory.
So I'm just gonna creep the Noxbringer around. We're just gonna plonk away at him like so. Who's he targeting? The Fiends, the LRS. Right into the building. Huzzah! Got him. Got him. Ain't no dodging this. To cover. Hide. Oh, this is silly. This is absolute shenanigans right now. This has now become an FPS game. Oh, you don't want to fight here, man. That's a terrible idea. Are you kidding me? Dude, he's just gonna lose his lord. He's just gonna lose his lord. He's gonna rampage for a while, man. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Well, he's a dead man. He's gonna cast Final Transmutation, but I think we'll be okay. So you just keep piling in over there. These units are severely out of position. His lord is suffering real bad. Really, really bad. There we go. There's the melee attack boost. You can see how brutal these guys are, right? You can see how absolutely brutal they are when it comes to dealing damage. What a crazy match. And just like that, his lord's gone. I think he will escape. Oh. It looks like he will actually escape. Dang, okay. So the Death Streak is going to live. I need to disengage from my abilities to come back up. I should just be able to rush this thing down, though. He did summon a unit of Kadai. So if we can just kill this thing, then I think we're okay. Unfortunately, his lord's alive. If we can get one shot in here, like one fadeaway shot, just so I can route off the artillery piece a little bit easier, I'm happy. It's a little bit of a loss because like we lose a bunch of guys here, but I think it's still okay mostly. Okay, hobgoblins are down. Artillery pieces down. Thankfully, line of sight issues is still a thing in this game. So Noxbringer can get just a little bit closer. I actually just want to conserve ammunition on this guy. We'll get a few more of these dudes. And then Soul, you know what, Soul Grinder can kill this thing. Okay, so yeah, at least the artillery piece is down. Oh. It's actually playing pretty well around this. So he does lose his guy, but I lose all my fiends in the process. It's a mildly sketchy situation then, right? Okay, yeah, so it is dead. So that's good. It is dead. Noxbringer's doing great. We can actually just send the Noxbringer straight in there. There we go. And then we give him that charge bonus. And that should just mega delete these guys. Oh yeah, mega delete them. 97 melee attack. 97 melee attack guys over there. Holy. Kadai are one of the most expensive units on their entire roster. Oh my god. GG! Let's go! Alright, well that was a silly game. Obviously he lost his lord to a bad misplay, getting paveined, right? You don't want to just you don't want to just get paveined. Let's see, says Chaos Dwarves versus Chaos Demons. Chaos Demons win. Success. His artillery piece got 1,000. The Tzeentch Soul Grinder got 961. So that's fairly even. But his Kadai just got wrecked. Yeah, his Kadai didn't stand a chance against the melee attack boosts. Seekers with 100 melee attack is bonkers. 100 melee attack and like 10,000 charge bonus. Rule of thumb, never start with artillery against Ent. Oh man. Yo, this guy's sick. I love the Noxbringer. He didn't even see melee and he got 1,100 value. Yo, Noxbringer is hype. I love him. Also, I think he died before he had magic for Overcast Final Transmutation, which is why he didn't cast it. Unless he cast a normal one and I missed it, but dang. Yeah, this build's hype. Oh, look at that fiend value. Fiends got 1500. And I like the Soul Grinder to just snipe the artillery piece. That felt good. Huzzah. Well, GG. The weekend is mine to claim. How do you play against your build with Chaos Dwarves? Honestly, a Kadai would not be the worst, and then rushing down the Tzeentch Soul Grinder, and then something to kill the Changebringers. But I personally don't think Chaos Dwarves are like the best faction in the game. They don't have a lot of tools. Let me see. If I was playing Chowie, I would say you don't go for ranged because it's super risky. Like one Tzeentch Lord and they'll get massacred by Tzeentch's Firestorm. So I think like that's already a really risky play. I think he was expecting a Tzeentch Lord though, and that's why he had the Death Shrieker. Because the Death Shrieker will shoot the Tzeentch Lord to death. And then you win the air game with your Lord. And then all your elite infantry will survive. So like there is that, but honestly, you know, just run a Kadai. Just take the Kadai and embrace the melee max. Take the Kadai. I don't know if I think the Bull Centaurs lose to Fiends with all the buffs. So maybe not Bull Centaurs. How do you kill Fiends? God, how do you kill Fiends? You know, probably I've struggled when they take a lot of infantry actually. These guys have charge bonus versus large. You can run Infernal Guard, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you can run Infernal. I think okay, you know what? You run the Kadai as a backfield defender. And you run some like Infernal Fire Guard. Or like some Dwarf Warriors just for mass. No. You run a million Goblins. Yeah, this is what you do. You know, it'd be so annoying to get past this. Fiends will get tired before they get past. And then you run like 3 Hobgoblin Archers to shoot them. And then Zaytan. Oh yeah, no, this is where it's at. No, this is actually sick. So you run Zaytan, who has the longest net in the game at 33 seconds. He just chills on foot and nets your guy. And then you run like and then you run Final Transmutation, which is also very annoying to play against, right? So you have foot Zaytan, foot Demon Smith Sorcerer, a ludicrous amount of Laborers, a couple Infernal Guard to hunker down on the back line, and then you just use the Archers. He can't jump your Archers because Kadai actually does win. And then you just have to kill off a Tzeentch Soul Grinder if it gets bought in, which I'll leave that to the viewer to solve, I guess. Oh yeah, and Blazing Beards are decent, yeah. You still have to worry about getting rampaged or magicked on, like Tzeentch's Firestorm, but I don't know. Kind of happy you're having fun with this. Dude, Demons of Chaos are actually a really fun faction. There's so much random garbage to throw together, but when it comes together, it's great. But yeah, I think the Kadai, you actually can't kill it unless, okay, there's one test. One test before we leave. Because I'm pretty sure a Kadai, it might actually die to my hero squad. I think its DPS output is still too high. 10,000 HP is a lot to chunk through, but let's just see. You could take the Immortals, yeah. If you really don't worry about Firestorm, yes. I guess you do still have to beat the Changebringers though, right? So you need a lot. I think you kind of need the artillery piece, but maybe you defend it with the Kadai. Because it didn't seem like the Tzeentch Soul Grinder was actually killing it very fast. Okay, so let's say I have this little squad of guys, right? So like, we do this. Right, and then we charge in like so, we charge in like so. Get that charge bonus, we get the everything bonus. How quickly did they kill a Kadai Destroyer? Oh my god. I see. Oh, look at the stats. Holy crap, look at the stats. Never mind, it's over. It's over, man. There's nothing you can do. Holy stats. Okay, less than a minute. It takes them less than a minute and they take no damage. All right, that's disgusting. Oh my god. Not even close. It didn't land a single hit on any of my guys that are squishy. Yeah, no, honestly, the build's kind of scary. I've lost with the build before. So, like, here's the build that you have to emulate. This build is absolutely hot garbage against range that can actually hold their own. So we went up against an Ogre Kingdoms build the other day. That was like super cheap Slaughtermaster, right? And then it was just straight up triple Main Eater. With like 1,000,000 Pigback Riders and then like 1,000,000 Ogre Bulls. I did not know what I could possibly do against this. This felt positively terrible to go up against. So, I think if you can somehow get a build that is similar to this, then you're fine. Because the Main Eater pistols shred fiends like no one's business. They got the melee stats, man. They got 42 melee defense, 40 melee attack. They have enough HP. I don't think I can just bum rush them without dying because Pigback Riders are all over the place. Worst case, you play defensive. So, what's your Main Eater pistol equivalent? I have no idea. Yeah, he also debuffed the Furies with this guy, but it wasn't needed. Like, okay, yeah, like the caster is actually not important. The thing is, these guys, if they're losing... Oh, did they not have the adaptive thing? Oh, it's these guys have adaptive tactics. Yeah, if they're losing, they have more melee defense. Now, I'm sure we can kill one of them, right? One Main Eater pistol. Oh, yeah, we just rush in, we murder them, it's fine. 3 Main Eater pistols? 1 for each fiend? There's no way, right? Like, look at the difference. He has 1 Main Eater pistol for each fiend. And then for my 3 single entities, he has 4 Pigback Riders and 3 Ogre Bulls. Impossible. Impossible to get in there. You might even be able to get away with something like this, too. Maybe slightly fewer archers and more spears. But I could totally see an Empire win against my build with just like your usual main tide. Okay, yeah, that's what gets the build then, right? It's just have a bunch of chaff and some high DPS shooting units. I think that's the theme. If you can chaff spam as the faction, you will generally survive better. Because these units will take too long to actually get to. The difference is, like, I guess I could slow burn it with the Noxbringer and like shoot away a bit, but it's still not exactly a comfortable situation. And I think Main Tide's just really good versus Demons of Chaos, because they don't really have the usual stuff that beats a Main Tide, that being good high DPS infantry. Bloodletters just don't really foot the bill. Too squishy. So they die to archers and such. And they crumble. So that's not really it. That's not really it. I could see greenskins legitimately do something like this. Because it's not a terror bomb build. It just doesn't kill chaff quickly. So you can go pretty ham with like the spears. And I don't even know what normal Demons of Chaos is supposed to do against this. Like, what, are they gonna do blues and pinks? If they bring Plague Bearers, it's still getting shot to death, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I think you main tide and somehow just survive the Noxbringer and you'll probably be fine. Seriously, why don't more people Mantide versus Demons of Chaos? I feel like Mantide is so strong. Unless the Noxbringer is actually that good. You can chase the war wagons. You're supposed to embed them into your infantry. I think too many people right now are being so overzealous with their skirmishers because they just haven't been punished yet. If you leave them in the middle of your infantry, I really don't see what the crap I'm supposed to do. Unless the blues cook really hard, I guess. Does anyone know if blues beat the Mantide? I don't think so. Yeah, bro, nothing beats Mantide, right? I don't know. Mantide makes isolation of targets easier for you. Not really. No, Mantide makes it way harder because they can block with their infantry. And my guys don't have mass. Didn't Mantide get destroyed in yesterday's tourney? Dark Elves versus Demons of Chaos? It was not really well played. Most of the army wasn't even fighting. And one Blackguard got 2,200 value. I think you need ranged in your Mantide. Also, Dark Elves kind of suck at that. Dark Elves are like really weak because their cheapest infantry unit is 450. We're talking like 350 gold Mantide, you know? Like an Empire Mantide would be fine. I think like a Grand Cathay Mantide would be pretty good. The only question is like, can a blue and pink stack beat a Mantide? So like, what if you're playing Demons of Chaos and you're like, okay, you want a Mantide? How about 10,000 range units? This would be the only thing I can imagine contesting it, because the range firepower is so high. This is about it though, right? And this also doesn't really kill cavalry that well outside of the fiends. It also doesn't kill single entities really well, but potentially it's a threat. What's the balance of archers and infantry? You want like 66% infantry, 33% ranged. That horror stack makes me feel things. Commander Calzone. I would love to see this actually work. I've seen some Demons of Chaos do this versus Dark Elves, and it goes pretty well because Seekers win the cav fight. So basically, you'll outshoot them no matter what. And unless they're a rush build, their cheap unarmored infantry will just die to this. And blues are actually pretty decent in a melee grind because they have so much HP. And that buys time for your pinks to get more value, so then they're kind of just stuck. And then like, I don't know, and then they summon the Sunmaker. And then you cry. I guess not everyone has Sunmaker in reserve. I don't know, something to think about. I think that's the next playstyle I have to try out. I think this is a big question mark. Ooh, I can get a pink in there. Summon in the blue at the very beginning, hell yeah. Okay, so let's say we were actually doing this build. We need a lot of cavalry to ward off their cavalry and single entities, right? We have Zerivik, but it needs some way to kill artillery. I guess the classic. You can't really go wrong with Fury Spam. Yeah, I guess this is actually not the worst. So like Demons of Chaos, range, max. Cannons. So cannons don't do enough damage versus pinks and blues. The loose formation means that you can actually just sit back and chill. You need a high DPS artillery, like a Sunmaker. Zerivik is definitely a hard carry here too, right? Maybe blue fire. Does anyone know if blue fire kills a Okay, alternative win con. Blue fire to kill off the artillery piece. How much do we need? No sour guts? Are sour guts actually good? They just explode when they die. I don't intend to get them into melee. And Exalted Pinks, I think, have slightly higher DPS than normal Pinks. But alright, so like, let's take a look, right? So if they summon the Sunmaker, and then they just start blasting, how much damage are we taking here? It seems like a pretty high amount, right? Although, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought. But if it was shooting my Pinks, it would be pretty uncomfortable. Could be worse, though, right? If it's just shooting blues, 300 value. I could see myself tanking out the Sunmaker with this. I think if it's shooting the Pinks, it only has to kill 2, and that's a bad time. But it actually took a really long time to kill those guys. Now, what does your average overcast blue fire do? Holy crap, it actually does work. God dang, alright. Wait, yo, blue fire actually cooks? You're kidding me. Wait, let's see this. Holy moly. Holy moly. Alright, Demon's Chaos busted. They're busted. Okay, so I think you have 2 builds that will make your opponent sweat. I can't believe it, 2 shots of Sunmaker. That's absurd. So I think it's Demons of Chaos. Copy the builds now if you're interested. You either have a Noxbringer Rush that is okay against a lot of things because it can poke, with a massive single entity squad and a bunch of fiends, you can rush down Kite. This is great if you're worried about Kite. And it's basically an insta-win if they bring Kite. Otherwise, you have a bit of a tussle. Your other Demons of Chaos build is this one, which is only weak to probably infantry Kite or like a full Cav Rush. Even so, you have Fiends in reserve and you have Zerivik with Tzeentch's Firestorm. So he can Firestorm and net expensive cavalry, and you're cackling. Yeah, projectiles go for the siege equipment. So blue fire actually cooks. Let's see here. This build is much better versus the main tide, which counters the other one, but it also tussles versus everything else. Assuming this build actually works, I think you have a pretty nasty Demons of Chaos. But I'll have to really experiment with this. Maybe you have to replace these guys with like Plague Bearers. It's probably smarter, right, to have at least a couple Plague Bearers here with this much ranged. You don't want them to just march their infantry on top of you without being punished. So I think we update the build. Sorry, ranged max enjoyers, but yeah, this feels like you have a lot of firepower. You have a very hard to push front line, and you have a guy that kills anything that's elite. What's not to love, right? And then between these 2 builds, you have maybe a Demons of Chaos meta. We'll see. For now, Demons of Chaos get wrecked by Wood Elf range spec, though, right? They'll get wrecked by a Wood Elf range build, but the Rush build should annihilate it. Like, it should be a one-sided sweep, the Rush build. Because you have so many Furies, you're just constantly jumping their cavalry and ranged. So, it could be a little bit of gambling. Could be a little bit of gambling, but I think you always have a fight no matter what. Regardless, I am going to tap out. It's the weekend, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend. I am slowly editing that campaign video, slowly but surely. So, something to look forward to in the future. Thank you very much to all the Twitch Prime subs today, by the way. Appreciate it very much. Twitch makes up, what was it? 15% of my income? So thank you. And of course, thank you very much to our longtime supporters. Clint, Terry Tolgeby, Pops, Miss New Booty, Capulandia, Steven Samorden, Charlie, Benjo, and Noble Naldor. You guys are great. And I hope to see you guys on Monday for a Danican Best of 9 hype. Get hyped.